Hello friends, it's that time of year again. That dreaded time of year once again. Ho ho ho, ho ho ho. Slay my name when no one is around you. Mariah Carey is quaking. But for real, this is serious. This is a serious video. I'm gonna just move this up a little bit. Hope I don't ruin the shot. Okay. Being Christmas, once again, it is that time of year where people ask me to represent an entire community all on myself. But before I get into the seriousness, you may be wondering, who are you? What are you talking about? Why do you kind of look a little bit like Enrique Iglesias back in the early 2000s? I am Fohad, full-time professional clown. I was also voted most likely to become a comedian 3 times running in my primary school, which is to this day still a record, so take that, other kids in my grade 3 class. And I am from Australia, which means one thing: I am surrounded by people who love Kylie Minogue. Australia is a very multicultural place, especially Melbourne, which is where I'm from. That's Melbourne. And in Melbourne, I went to a very multicultural school full of people who did not look, sound, cry, or eat like me. And as a result of my very culturally forgiving landscape, I guess I am quite adept, let's say, at answering some of life's more peculiar questions around race relations. So let's get to the point of this very important video. And this is a very important video. In fact, Jeez, the wind just knocked my camera down. So like I said, this is a very important video. In fact, I think I may win an Oscar for this. Because like, if Suicide Squad can win an Oscar, surely I can too. Although they did win for hair and makeup, which, if we're being honest, I think Suicide Squad did deserve. That wasn't a very good movie. Hashtag release the Ayer cut. Balls in your court, Warner Brothers. So it is December 24th, 2020. As you can probably tell, I have a certain ethnically ambiguous energy that I'm giving off. A certain energy that people don't really know what to do with or what to question. And by people, of course I mean white people. So basically, for the past 2 to 3 weeks leading up to the Christmas period, I've been dealing with the same question by every single person I meet. And of course that question is, so like, do your people even celebrate Christmas?
Oh my god.
So yes, over the past few weeks, friends, colleagues, acquaintances, even some family members have come to me asking me to represent an entire community simply because I have some sort of ethnic ambiguity that they want to utilize as part of their own white savior mentality. And I know when people ask me these sorts of things, they're not trying to be ignorant. No one's trying to be ignorant. Well, but as someone who has been getting these questions, it gets to a point where like, how do you not know? Like, how do you not know a more respectful way to ask someone if they celebrate Christmas without asking them, your people? Like, by the way, if you're wondering why I personally don't celebrate Christmas, I am an Australian-born Afghan, which basically just means I get constantly confused for Osama bin Laden, even though Osama bin Laden wasn't even Afghan. But that's just the kind of ignorance people have these days. I also get called Aladdin a lot, which I'm okay with. Now look, I don't want to add to the ever-growing list of people using the internet to complain about some sort of first world problem, privilege, blah blah blah. However, this happens every fucking year. And part of me really did think this year was going to be different just because of the mess that we've seen 2020 be throughout the year. There's no escaping some sort of tragedy in one way or another. Like, we literally had a global Black Lives Matter movement throughout the entire year, and that took up most people's headspace, and yet people still ask me stupid questions. You would think something as powerful and significant as a global cultural movement such as BLM would start to make people question the way they ask people certain things, perhaps be a little bit more respectful, perhaps think twice before they ask stupid questions. But no, 2020 wins again. That's right, kids. In a year of bushfires, coronavirus, goddamn pandemic, lockdown, working from home, studying from home, a global cultural movement, and incompetent leaders left, right, and center, this is what I've chosen to complain about to end the year with. I was about to enter 2021 as a content, free man. Not anymore. The literal pandemic, a once in 100-year event, did not annoy me as much as this stupid question. Do your people even celebrate Christmas? Oh my god. First of all, your people? Who the fuck are your people? I mean, my ethnic ambiguity truly does precede me, but it's super targeted right at me, and I'll tell you why. It's because... Oh, let me just make sure there's no cops around. It's targeted at me because I'm brown. And before you say, oh, it's not because you're brown, let me tell you, I have a lot of friends who are very Eurocentric looking and they don't celebrate Christmas. Do you think they get asked this question? No. Because whether we like it or not, we are trained at a very young age to learn certain things about certain groups of people and the way those certain groups of people interact with one another in their communities. You know, that sort of training is very obvious. You can start to really see it in things like TV sitcoms or movies or popular shows. We learn so much about people's cultures through these, you know, different types of media representation, which leads me to my next point.
Representation matters.
Yes, it matters. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you don't like it. It matters. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry you feel like you're upset. Now, I'm not saying we need things that are specific for certain cultures. That's kind of counterintuitive. We don't want only female Ghostbusters. We want a mix of things, right? We want female and male Ghostbusters working together.
That said, I really kind of love the 2016 Ghostbusters film, so I don't really know how to have this conversation.
We need more stuff of people working together. Like, why isn't Disney making a Disney princess cinematic universe where Mulan and Jasmine meet Snow White? And then Snow White saw, oh my god, Jasmine, I love your dress. And Jasmine's just like, it's called a sari, you stupid bitch. That's the kind of stuff I need in my life. I mean, sorry, but who eats poison apple from like some old lady? Come on. And we know that catering only to specific groups is not good for business. And that's what all these things are, right? They're a business. We need to make sure these businesses work. They make money, they make revenue, blah, 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 blah. Populism equals success because more people who watch your thing equals more people buying tickets to watch that thing or buying the game or whatever. And that, my friends, is why you need 4-quadrant appeal. If you're wondering what 4-quadrant appeal is, basically when a movie is made, to make sure it's really successful, something like a Marvel movie or James Bond, any movie that makes more than $1 billion at the box office, they cater to all 4 quadrants, and that is men over 25, women over 25, men under 25, and women under 25. Now, like I mentioned, this is a more traditional way of thinking when it comes to media marketing. It's not necessarily what we should still use because, let's be honest, it doesn't take into consideration a lot of things like gender identity, cultural background, sexuality, socioeconomic situations, all the different layers of a person's fabric that make them who they are. Not everything is marketable between those 4 quadrants. It's just so kind of antiquated. But what would we do instead? I don't know, get off my back. Like, I can only do so much in one video, so hold your horses. Or you can subscribe to my channel and leave a comment letting me know you want to see it. And just by having more representation, showing different cultural backgrounds and different people interacting with one another, it just means we can start to see people as people and not necessarily people as their culture. You know, and we need people to start growing up knowing that other people are different to them, and that's okay. It's okay that someone is different to you, and you should just be respectful of that and not make it a big deal. And oh my god, I can't believe I'm having this conversation in 2020. Anyway, rather than just sitting here complaining the whole time, I thought I would help educate you guys. I will help anyone who feels uncomfortable asking someone how to find out if they celebrate Christmas. I will impart my wisdom onto you, internet / the 3 friends in my real life who are probably watching this video. Like the icon I am, I will inspire millions of people across the stratosphere. So, let's say there's someone in your life and you want to know if they celebrate Christmas. How do you ask someone? Here's what not to do.
So, do your people celebrate Christmas? Or like, what do your people do? Like, what do your people do around this time of year?
Don't do that. You know what you could do? Just ask, hey, do you celebrate Christmas? You, as an individual person, do you celebrate Christmas? Why is this so difficult for some people? Because you should not ask someone to represent their entire culture or their entire community based on their own beliefs. Not every single person who happens to be a Christian celebrates Christmas. Not every Muslim person happens to celebrate Eid. You get my point, right? God, I hope you do, otherwise I'm wasting my time. Just ask, do you celebrate Christmas? That's how easy it is. Ugh, sorry, my camera died, I had to change the battery. What was I saying? Yes, all right, let's go over this one more time. If you want to find out if someone celebrates Christmas, what do you ask? Hey, do you celebrate Christmas? And they'll either respond with yes, or no, I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't really like Christmas. I don't really like my family. I've suffered a lot of trauma around Christmas and I don't like that time of season. I'm against the commercialization of gift giving, which ends up producing so much waste to the environment and just causing havoc and carnage across our mother nature. Anyway, I think I've done enough damage for one day, so I'm gonna probably wrap it up now, but just know that not everybody likes Christmas, not everybody wants to talk about Christmas, and not everybody wants you to remind them about Christmas, whether it's as a result of their people or whether it's a result of your ignorance. I hope you did learn something in this video. Potentially. And I hope you can try and figure out less invasive ways to ask people very personal questions about their lives without bringing their entire culture into it, because like, what the fuck? And if you're someone that I know in real life that actually has asked me before, do your people celebrate Christmas? Just know that all is not forgiven, all is not forgotten, and all will be avenged. So that's it from me. Stay tuned for more and subscribe to this channel, you should. I'm currently on holidays from work, so I don't really have much to do, so... Okay, this is an exclusive behind the scenes look at how I made this video. I'll tell you how I made it. I picked up my camera, I went to the roof of my building, and I turned the camera on. That's how I made this video.